know about you guys, but I'm noticing they're doing a whole lot of Knights of the Old Republic stuff lately. What does that tell you? Hey everybody, welcome to Tipping the Scales. Today it's Vintage Collection, Darth Revan. I had the original figure they put out for this. It was a traffic cone. It didn't, the arms at least moved, but nothing else. And this one is a far superior one. The cape's right, the undercape is right, yeah, and the armor is right. So this works. I am not a big into the redemption version of this character, but you know what? I do like him. I thought he had an interesting look. And hey, he uses 2 lightsabers, so he can't be all bad, right? You know. Okay, yeah, he is. And, you know, typical articulation for a vintage collection. And I've always liked that they upgraded the vintage collection articulation. Now, the undercape does get in the way of the legs, but the arms work really well. So, yeah, do I dig this? Yes, I do. And, you know, again, under there, yeah, cool armor bits. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's really cool. There is a plastic undercape here, but it's more along the waist, as you see. But yeah, so it doesn't really bother anything. And again, like you expect from vintage, you can pretty easily pose them around. Of course, I can't do it in front of the camera because I'm spaz, man. And let me see if this peg hole fits. It should. Yeah, there we go. Or maybe not. It might not fit. Oh no. What am I going to do? Okay, well, I'll just have to do him with that stance, more of a static legs. Okay, looks like he's hitting himself in the face there. Why do we never see those accidents in the Star Wars universe, huh? I like him, he's cool. This was one, he sold out almost instantly. I literally walked into my Walmart and there he was. I went, they must have just unloaded this. There's no way that this, you know, has sat here for anything longer than a few hours. Oh, and of course, you know, I keep forgetting to mention, I got wrist articulation too, so even better, you know. I love it. And, yeah. He's just a cool figure. Knights of the Old Republic, I only played it once. It's been a very long time ago. I do remember Revan rather well. But he's, you know, he's an interesting character. And, you know, always the Darksiders are a little bit more interesting than the Lightsiders. But, I had to get him for sure because he was such a cool looking character. And any character that uses 2 blades is kind of fun. I was waiting for him to put them together and do a Darth Maul. Thank God he didn't. Although that idea was stolen from Tales of the Jedi, I do believe. X-Archon did that. That one comic pack that has eluded me for years. And is like ridiculously overpriced now. I don't know if I'll ever get that. And I'm kind of like, if I don't, that's fine. You know. I got the Black Series version of this one. Ballista Shan is the other Black Series figure I'm going to get. Beyond that, I'm done with Black Series. I mean, again, it's going to be Obi-Wan is the only one that's going to get me back. And that'll be a one-off. And then I'm done, guys. I mean, it's like Hasbro is running out of ideas. They're running out of properties that they can milk. That they need to figure out something fast because they're going to have to improve things. And us old guys, we're pretty happy with our collections, I think, at this point. And I don't blame us because, you know, we've had over a decade of getting things, and now they finally did this right. And then it's like, yeah, and we're tired of your shit, Hasbro. It took you 10 years to get this one right. And we didn't like that. I think it was more than that. I think it was 14 years. But I was not a fan at all of waiting that long for this character. And, you know, that causes a lot of frustration, a lot of fan fatigue, and will make fans just kind of say, no, this is, you know, this is the line. This is where I stand. I mean, you know, you can't give me a character that is a, you know, is he a mainline character? No, but obviously he's popular. He sells out every time they release him. So it should be painfully obvious to anyone in the room, this is a character you need to make and maybe re-release a couple of times to try to, you know, satisfy the market. Instead, you don't. And you give us another 100 Mandalorians. Why? Because Mandalorians are cheap, because you already got the molds. They all wear the same armor anyway, so we don't have to do any work. Yeah, well, yeah, guess what? You burned it out of people in the community, so now what are you going to do? Anyway, this was one of the more interesting waves I've seen in Star Wars in the Vintage Collection in a long time. I really like it. I was glad to have gotten it. You know, I didn't grab everything, but I definitely grabbed these because that was Hera and Krennic. Sorry, Krennic was the other one that I grabbed. They were really cool. I liked them. Revan was my favorite, of course. And yeah, pricey, $16. Actually, the only one that cost $16 was Revan, oddly enough. Krennic cost $12 and Hera cost $14. Figured that out. Walmart doesn't even mark its own stuff right. It's weird. I bought Hera and Krennic the following week, and they were still hanging around. And when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. I just paid full price for Revan, and yeah, that's just weird. That's the other thing, they're getting too pricey. When I get to the Target exclusive ones that I got on sale that were quote-unquote deluxe figures, I guess they can justify that, calling it that, because they actually had more than one accessory. But, you know, still, it's stupid and doesn't work for me. You know, we'll get to it later, but for now, this is Darth Revan. Really love him. Glad I got him. And again, just look at that faceplate. I mean, just look at that. That faceplate is awesome. I'm so impressed with that. That just really looks good. And again, detailing is top notch. You can sit here and tell me that you can't do the detailing in 1/18 scale. You can in 1/12, but then I look at this and I say, nah, that's excellent. It doesn't matter what scale it's in. That's excellent. Alright, that's going to wrap up this episode of Tipping the Scales. You have a good day, guys.